Hey Aquarius, welcome to your July 2020 tarot reading. Let's go ahead and get started. So the first card you have for July is the Eight of Wands. And yeah, it feels like a decision might have been made too quickly. It could have been you or someone close to you. It's a little unclear to me. But yeah, someone moved too fast on something and now you have to deal with the results of that, whatever that is. Yeah, maybe plans were made too fast, not thinking it all the way out. It could have to do with what's going on in the world right now. Maybe you or someone else didn't fully realize what the limitations would be by this time in the year regarding traveling or something like that. It could be that. So yeah, now you kind of have to deal with the result of this, and you're not happy about it. It could be a cancellation, it could be a delayed travel, maybe you're stuck somewhere, some plans getting disrupted, something like that. So whoever this was, if it was you or someone else, they just rushed ahead impulsively on something. And I feel like if it wasn't you who was the one who did this, then you knew all along that it wasn't a great idea to make these plans so quickly. And now you're kind of saying, I told you so to this person. Yeah, so if that's the case, then you might have had doubts or hesitations on these plans all along, and now you've been proven right. Or you might have doubts right now about something, and your doubts are keeping you from moving ahead on a certain plan. So the timeline and the exact circumstance will be different for each of you, Aquarius. This card, it could also be that there could be a dispute or a bad condition at work or home that you're dealing with right now. It could also mean that you might have a bad conscience about something and it's starting to bother you. But I feel like for the majority of you, it's what I said before about just a plan being made too hastily and having to deal with the crap from that. But whatever it is right now at the beginning of July, it just feels like something's up in the air. Like it hasn't really been resolved yet. The next card you have is a Ten of Swords, and it feels like that these disrupted plans or whatever the difficult situation was, it creates a moment where you feel like you've hit rock bottom on some situation in your life. Okay? You might feel like something's ruined and you can't go back anymore. You might feel betrayed or stabbed in the back. You might feel pinned down by someone. Maybe you have some sadness over unmet goals, like you feel like you can't really do the things that you wanted to, and you're feeling that way right now. Or maybe you feel resentful towards yourself or another person over what happened in the Eight of Wands situation we just talked about. Maybe you regret listening to them or letting them talk you into making these plans, or maybe you regret listening to yourself. Whatever it is, whoever it came from, you feel like it was bad advice. And it's kind of got you in your head thinking of like the worst possible outcomes, like catastrophic thinking. You might be thinking that whatever this happened, it's like making you think now that a certain situation or relationship has brought you maybe more trouble than good. You're kind of thinking like that. So it's a Ten of Swords, so whatever it is, it can't get any worse than this. That's the good news, Aquarius. I know it's not a great card to get, but it won't get any worse than this. For some of you, it might be good to forgive someone, or maybe someone needs to apologize to you. Or maybe you need to say sorry to someone. It could be reversed. Yeah. And I feel like with this Ten of Swords, you're being forced to deal with your problems in a way that maybe you haven't before. But you do overcome this. I definitely feel that really strongly. And I think it happens fast. I think you start to recover from this fast and shift your attention to things you feel are more important. I feel like this happening makes you realize this is just petty drama that I don't really care about, and it took too much of my attention and energy, and you're like, feel like you wasted your time. So you want to move on to things that are more high vibration, more important to you in the grand scheme of your life, whatever that is for you. So entering the middle of the month, you have the Four of Swords. And yeah, I'm not surprised to see this here because you got exhausted by whatever the situation was. It definitely wore you out and you feel like you need to recover and just spend some alone time. You might need to sleep. You might be needing to catch up on sleep. You might just be thinking also, you might be telling someone, just let me think about this for a while and I can come back with fresh eyes. Some of you might feel that way. Yeah, and some of you might feel like you need a little break from technology or a stressful situation. And I also feel with a lot of you Aquarius, you kind of feel like you're tired of everyone right now. Like you want everyone to leave you alone. It feels like that for a lot of you. So the next card you have is the Moon card. This is a pretty intense card. It's also a very unclear and confusing card. Basically, it feels like there's like a weird energy around you, Aquarius. I don't know exactly what it is. It could be that people are acting weird and shady and you don't like it. You kind of feel like something's going on that you can't quite put your finger on, like you don't know about it. And it could be of everything that happened in the last three cards that we just discussed, that people are acting weird about you and avoiding you. Maybe they didn't like the way you reacted or something like that. And you don't like what's going on, like how people are making you feel. It makes you feel uncomfortable. For some of you, and I don't even know, like, I don't have an inclination of how many this would apply to, but I feel like for some of you, this card can mean that you're having a lot of psychic dreams or psychic abilities coming up, or maybe some deep emotions or fears are coming up that you didn't know you had. It could be an old cycle ending so a new one could begin. It could mean that too, and maybe that is related to what this situation is. It could be. Yeah, I feel like for a lot of you, you might have a gut instinct about something or someone and no one wants to listen to you. So you have this gut feeling and you're not sure why exactly, and you can't even like articulate it all the way because the situation, it's pretty unclear, it's confusing, it's fluctuating at this time. There's just an unknown element and you know that you don't have all the information. Someone could be doing drugs and alcohol and that's just creating more problems as well. So with this Moon card, I feel like there's something that you need to know and understand, but things aren't going to be clear at this time. You need to wait a little bit. It's like the Moon card says, like, things will look different in the light of day, so to speak. So you have to kind of let time pass so that things can reveal themselves in their natural cycle. So the advice here is to don't jump to conclusions or act impulsively. Just kind of hold your pattern of where you're at right now and wait for things to come out. Yeah. And yeah, don't make any decisions without verifiable facts and information. That's the advice of this card too. So heading to the end of July, you have the Queen of Pentacles. This can be, this is an earth sign individual, sun, moon, or rising of Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. It could be a part of yourself if you have earth in your chart. It could be that yourself or someone you know is urging you to handle some kind of physical or material need. Maybe you need to exercise more. Maybe you need to get to the doctor and you've been putting that off. Or maybe you need to get your finances in order. You're being asked to take care of yourself. Maybe a parent is like harassing you about taking care of something of yourself in a physical way. Yeah. So for some of you, you might be thinking about buying something new that's kind of pricey. And then there's someone or yourself, you say to yourself, don't waste the money. I could make it. Someone else can make it. Sorry, there's fireworks going on already. Someone might tell you, you know, we could repurpose something. We don't need to buy that. So that could be coming up for some of you Aquarius at the end of the month. Also with the Queen of Pentacles, For some of you, someone could be pregnant. That's a possibility too. Someone could have a new idea for a business and they're about to give birth to that. Yeah, or it could just be you wanting to enjoy the good things in life, Aquarius. Maybe you feel that way toward the end of July. You want to be in nature, you want to have good food, maybe you want to have a lot of sex. You just want to just enjoy the good things in life. So there's a few different things that Queen of Pentacles can mean. So that's all I have for you, Aquarius. If this reading resonated with you, please let me know in the comments below. That would be really helpful. And if you like this video, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. All right, Aquarius, take care. Bye.